if you are not using Chat GPT already, what is Chat GPT? Chat GPT is a wonderful artificial intelligence tool that you can pretty much type, make any kind of prompt, ask it pretty much anything, and it will provide clear, concise information back to you. I use it all the time. I use it every single day. It helps me program. It helps me do different types of things. I use it for ministry. I use it for everything. I use it for everything. So I want. So if you haven't done so, and if you aren't able to do this because you're watching on your phone, please go back and watch the replay and go to do and do this. But go to openai.com, and that's openai.com. If you already are on Chat GPT and you're using it, that's wonderful. But most people are not. There are a lot of people that are not, and I want through my channel, I want to help people to be rid of the fear of technology, the fear of either messing something up or blowing something up or putting in too much or exposing too much. We're going to talk about all those different types of things. But okay, so go to openai.com, and we're going to go ahead, and I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in here. You may or may not see that. Well, actually, I'm already logged in. So yes, this is Chat GPT here. And again, it's a wonderful artificial intelligence tool that will help you do just about anything. So if you don't have an account, go to openai.com. You can click on create an account. It'll ask you a couple of different questions, and this is what you'll see. There's a free version and there's a paid version. Now, I pay for it because I use it just so much, but you may be on the free tier. The free tier will allow a certain amount of queries, if you will, over a certain amount of time. I'm not that patient, so I say, you know what, let me go ahead and pay for this so I can ask it whatever I want, however much I want, and get the information right then and there. So that's what I chose to do. But ChatGPT is great. So we have some people on here. Again, if you have a question, you want me to put something in, please go ahead and put it in the chat. But let's say you want to start up a chocolate chip cookie business. I love chocolate chip cookies. I think Cookie Monster got me started eating chocolate chip cookies. But anyway, I digress. I love chocolate chip cookies. So let's say I wanted to start a chocolate chip cookie business, but I don't know where to start. I might not even have chocolate chip cookie recipe, a good one. I need to find one. All that information can be had here. So let's say I asked ChatGPT, I would like to start a chocolate chip cookie business. What are some things I need to know to get started? If I can spell started right. Okay, I'll go ahead and just put that in there. Immediately, it starts giving me really, really great. And let me make this a little bigger so everybody can see it a little better. Here we go. And it's, of course, spitting stuff out pretty quick. But it talks about market research. It says, identify your niche. Understand the existing market for chocolate chip cookies. Are there specific niches that are underserved? Consider organic, gluten-free. Now, I don't want no gluten-free cookies. If you're going to make some chocolate chip cookies, just have all the fat, have all that stuff in there. Just do it in moderation. But anyway, there may be a group of people who love gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. But again, this is a wonderful resource. It says, know your competitors. Research who else is selling chocolate chip cookies in your target area and what makes their product unique. That's an awesome start. Then it starts talking about recipe development. Perfect your recipe. Your chocolate chip cookies should stand out. Experiment with ingredients, baking techniques, and create a unique and delicious product. That sounds great already. Then it talks about legal considerations and all the legal things that you may need to understand. Business structure, it talks about permits and licenses. And it starts giving you all different types of things. It talks about branding and marketing, sales channels. Determine sales venues. Will you sell directly to customers through a storefront or online, wholesale to cafes and stores, or a combination of both? These are things that you may not have initially thought of. It may have started just with you saying, you know what, I love chocolate chip cookies. I want to sell them, but I don't know how to get from my love for chocolate chip cookies to money in my pocket and sharing my passion with somebody else. Again, this is a wonderful, wonderful resource that will help you to now begin establishing all the building blocks for you to get from point A to point B. Now, all of this information, although it comes from ChatGPT, I love that they have this exclaimer down at the bottom. It says ChatGPT can make mistakes. Consider checking important information. So although it's giving you this, now as of late, it's been pretty accurate. There was a time I used it for programming and those different types of things, and I would always have to go back and change the code and all that kind of stuff because it just wasn't right. There were sometimes it would just give me garbage. I'm like, I can't use this. But as of late, within the last, I would say this whole year, within the last 6 months, I'll say, it's been great. I haven't had to modify any code that it gives me. So I said that to say, more than likely what it's giving you is pretty correct. So again, it's talking about sales channels. It's talking about financial planning, the startup course, your pricing strategy, production logistics, source high quality ingredients, building good relationships with suppliers can lead to cost savings. This is great information. And all I had to type in the Chat GPT was, I would like to start a chocolate chip cookie business. What are some things I need to know to get started? Now, if there's something that you don't understand here, you can ask it. You can just talk to it like a person. So let's say sales channels. That sounds really good, but it sounds almost a little technical because a lot of people may not be used to sales channels. So I can say, can you expound more about sales channels? And it begins to give me more information. So it says, certainly, expanding on sales channels involves considering the various ways you can get your chocolate chip cookies into the hands of customers. Each channel has its own advantages and considerations. And it begins to break that thing down even more. Online store talks about that, talks about your physical storefront. It gets down into wholesale, retail outlets, even subscription boxes. Now, I don't know if I would need to subscribe to a cookie service. That sounds like bad news for me. Cookies every day, a subscription. I don't know if I would personally do that, but hey, there may be some areas where they need a subscription. Send me cookies every month. But again, this is awesome information that is providing, again, at the click of a button, at a simple prompt, is giving you very detailed pop-up sales and markets, online marketplaces. Talks about corporate sales, catering, and custom orders. Again, you may have just had an initial idea, and this tool is a wonderful resource that will now help you frame it. Now, of course, with all this information that you get here, take it right back to the Lord in prayer. Lord, this is a lot of great stuff. Which should I pursue? It's talking about direct to customer sales. It's talking about wholesale. It's talking about pop-up sales and markets, online marketplace. Should I do all of this? Should I do some of it? Lord, what is the niche that I should be looking at? So always take it back to God. Always go back to the Lord and allow him to direct your path with it. But again, I say, with this great resources, source and many other wonderful resources, we really should not be sitting back and saying, I can't. We really should not be sitting back and say, I don't know how. There are too many resources available to us. So I say again, for those that have had good ideas, for those that have had something in their heart that they've wanted to do for a while, and you just didn't know where to start, you didn't know how to move it forward. Chat GPT is just one of those wonderful resources that you can use. So again, and if somebody could, I could type it in chat right here. I forgot that I had this chat. OpenAI.com. If you do not have a Chat GPT account, do not let this night pass you by without you creating one and using it as a resource. They even have a mobile phone app. So if you're driving along somewhere and you want to be able to use Chat GPT, if you've got an idea, if you've got something that you're trying to get more information about, go ahead and use it as a resource. It is there. If I want to create a business plan, what would I need to include? So now you got all this information, and now you're asking about a business plan, and it begins to spit out all that wonderful information about it. Talks about your executive summary, your company description, starts talking about your market analysis, your marketing and sales strategy, your product line, operations plan, wonderful, wonderful information, marketing, management and organization, your financial planning. This is really, really good stuff. Your appendices and supporting documents. This is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful start to anybody who's starting up a business. Your business plan would allow you then to go ahead and get funding from banks and those different types of things. It will help you in that endeavor. Again, a wonderful, wonderful resource. Again, you can go to openai.com and you can sign up for a Chat GPT account right there. Again, I wanted to show that and demonstrate that. One, I wanted to get into some good old artificial intelligence, but two, I wanted to encourage everyone who sees this live and everyone who will watch this on the replay. There is help available. There's information available to help you do exactly what the Lord has placed in your heart to do. So I say again, don't allow fear, what people have said, all the different types of things that may have tried to hold you back, all of that. And even some people may say, well, your idea has been done already. It's already been done. Someone's done that. And, a lot of people say that, but how many brands of clothing are there out there? How many brands of cars are there out there? The first Ford, I think, made the first Model T. The person that came behind them didn't just say, oh, I can't make a car. Somebody's already done that. No, make a competitive product. Make it better. Improve upon all the things that are wrong or that aren't right with that particular product. And when you do it with your ideas, the way you approach things, with your swag, with the anointing even that's on your life, it will be a success. So don't worry about who's done it before and all those different types of things. Go ahead and do it if the Lord has placed it in your heart to do it. I even thought about I used to have a Palm Trio back in the day. I don't know who remembers that. A Palm Trio. That was one of the first smart-ish, if you will, smartphones. And the Blackberries. They thought they had the smartphone industry tied up until Steve Jobs invented the iPhone and disrupted that industry forever. Disrupted it. Changed the whole game. Are there some game changers? Are there some disruptors to industries in this live today? I believe there are. But it's going to take you starting. It's going to take you moving that idea forward. It's going to take you saying one day to today's the day. I saw this quote on Facebook a long time ago, and I want to share it with you all. The quote simply said, "A year from now, you will wish you started today." That's powerful. That's powerful. That's powerful. A year from now, you will wish you started today. So I say, do not let another day go by without you moving forward with what the Lord has placed in your heart. I see some questions here. Can we use this for questions for a job interview? Absolutely. Now, of course, if you're on the interview and you've got the app, I don't think you should be asking Chat GPT the questions right then and there. But you can ask for instance, if I'm going to get a job as a chef making chocolate chip cookies, what are some questions I could possibly have during the interview process? That's a wonderful question to ask, and it will begin. In fact, let's go ahead and ask Chat GPT that. If I interviewed for a job as a chef for a chocolate chip. Well, that says it's for a bakery. What are some interview questions I can anticipate? And I misspelled interview. Go ahead and do that. So, wonderful question, and of course, it's going to give you great answers. They're saying you can anticipate things about technical skills and experience. Can you walk us through your experience with the bakery and pastry arts? How do you ensure consistency in your baking? That's a great question. Some people just pinch here and a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and they can't recreate the awesomeness. But if you've got a recipe, if you've got some measurements, I'm going to take a 2 cups of sugar and a teaspoon of vanilla extract and 2 cups of brown sugar. If you've got some, that's how you ensure consistency. But again, I'm not doing an interview. But anyway, it goes on to talk about your process for creating new recipes or adapting an existing one. These are great interview questions that you can ask. It talks about the knowledge and skills. It talks about teamwork and culture. It talks about work ethic and professionalism. That's a whole series of videos all by itself. Work ethic and professionalism. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. A passion for baking. These are wonderful. Customer service. That's all. This is some awesome things that would help anybody get ready for a position, any position. Now, I did one on baking. You could do one on anything, whatever you're looking for. Again, this is an awesome. I'm not showing the screen. I apologize. Yes, indeed. I'm just talking along. So this was the information that it provided. I asked, can you interview for a job as a chef? What are some interview questions you can anticipate? And of course, it began providing excellent information. So again, if you're going on an interview, whatever you want information on, again, Chat GPT is a wonderful resource. And I haven't even really gotten to the other custom GPTs. Now, if for me, because I use it so much, especially for ministry, I created my own custom GPT. So I've got one called Bible Scholar. And if you go to my website, TechSmart Academy, TechSmart.academy, and click on resources, you can have access to my custom GPTs. But if you want to know anything about the Bible, again, Bible Scholar is awesome in that it will give you great information. Now, if I'm going to ask about give me 10, in fact, we'll just do it right now. Give me 10 scriptures, if I can spell, about love. And even though I misspelled it, it knows what I'm talking about. And it begins to talk about the Bible offers profound exploration of love, detailing its significance, characteristics, and expressions in various contexts. Here are 10 scriptures that beautifully encapsulate the essence of love according to the Bible. And of course, I asked it for 10 scriptures. It's given me 10 wonderful scriptures talking about love. John 3:16, one of my favorites. 1 John 4:7-8. Dear friends, let us love one another, for love comes from God. Everyone who has been born of God and knows God knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. That's a powerful scripture. Just talking about love. But again, this is what is afforded through Chat GPT. Now, I'm a coder. I'm a software engineer. So I code a lot. So if I get stumped and I can't figure something out, instead of me going to Google and searching, I can just come to ChatGPT and ask it how to code something. So very easy. SUPERCODE Ninja, that's there. I also created what's called the MARKETEER. Many of you who are starting an endeavor at some point is going to need some marketing friendly language. Different types of things that's going to help you if you're coming up with a brochure or a flyer or something like that. This is a great way to help you. Again, we talked about chocolate chip cookies. Give me, let's say, 5 taglines I can use for my chocolate chip cookie business. Okay, I asked to give me 5 taglines I could use for my chocolate chip cookie business, and it's going to go to work. It's going to ask me some questions. Okay, so it says to craft taglines that will resonate with your target audience and effectively communicate the essence of your chocolate chip cookie business, it will be helpful to know a bit more information about your brand's unique selling points. For instance, are your cookies handmade, organic, or do they come from unique flavors? Also, what is your target audience? Knowing these details will enable me to tailor the taglines to suit your brand's identity and appeal directly to your customers. However, I will start with some general ideas that can be adopted or refined. Indulge in the classic taste, where every bite is a memory. That sounds dope. Where every bite is a memory. Are you serious? That just sounds awesome. Baked with love, perfect for every craving. Unwrap happiness. Oh my gosh, these are awesome. I would buy some cookies if somebody talked about unwrap happiness or where every bite is a memory. That just sounds awesome. But again, these are taglines for free. You haven't had to pay anybody. These are taglines. So again, ChatGPT is a great resource. And again, I say you don't want today to end without you creating a Chat GPT account and use it at your leisure, because again, it's a great resource. I appreciate you, Prophetess Carolyn. You said this sounds like a great marketing and business plan. It really does. It really, really does. And it doesn't end there. If there's anything that as I demonstrated, if there's anything that you don't know, anything that you don't understand, you can always ask it to explain more. I don't understand that. It just goes on and on and on. Even as I asked it in my Bible Scholar to give me 10 scriptures on love, I could have said, I want to create a lesson plan that teaches about love. It could have given me a lesson plan. I could say, I want you to create a youth plan and an adult plan. It'll do both of those. Again, it is phenomenal as to what it affords.